Have you ever met somebody and you feel that knot in your stomach or the hair on the back of your neck goes up right away, but then you brushed it off? You thought, well, you know what? They seem super nice. They know a lot of people that I know. And so you ignored the red flags. You ignored your gut. And then down the road, you saw how it costed you. It costed your peace, your money, your reputation, maybe even your safety. In this video, I'm gonna break down the most dangerous red flags that you should never ignore in another person, whether it's in a relationship, at work, or even in your family. So before we dive in, I wanna make sure that you've hit subscribe and you hit that bell, because I'm Rebecca Zung, the leverage lawyer, and I help you take back your power through giving you strategies and tactics to get leverage right away. There's a quote that I love. It's the one from Maya Angelou that everybody knows so well. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. It's so hard though. I know, I've been exactly there. I mean, I've been in a situation, many situations, where I've ignored red flags because, you end up basically gaslighting yourself. You're like telling yourself, you know what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what I'm seeing isn't really what I'm seeing, because you know what, they had a terrible childhood, or they have stuff going on in their life, or whatever. But let me just tell you that red flags are not some quirky thing that just happened, or maybe out of the blue. It's information that you need to pay attention to. You need to not ignore, because those are the things that are going to end up being the downfall, because your life will just become a living hell otherwise. Red flags are behaviors or patterns that signal potential issues down the road, potential danger down the road even. Narcissists, manipulators, toxic people, they all leak clues. They leave clues. And your job is to see them and feel that signal within yourself. Listen to your gut, listen to your heart, listen to your brain before you get sucked into that storm. So let's go through the biggest ones. Red flag number one is that love bombing or over charm. It's basically, if they seem too good to be true, they probably are. And I've seen this in business. I've seen this in personal lives. If they come on too strong too soon, such compliments, everything is too perfect, promises, even if it's a boss, like they seem like the best job ever. Start thinking about what is really happening here. If you hear somebody say, I've never felt this way about anyone, I've never met anyone as amazing as you, I want you to know, even though you are amazing, that this is not about you. This is about grooming you so that they can eventually take hold of you and take control of you. And the faster they can hook you in, the harder it becomes for you to leave and get out of that situation. Red flag number two is no accountability. They don't take responsibility for themselves. If there's something that they didn't do or did do that they shouldn't have or should have, it's never their fault. It's always someone else's fault or some other situation. I had to yell at you because, or I didn't do what I was supposed to because project failed, because the team didn't listen, or whatever. They cannot own their mistakes. Somebody else has to pay the price, has to suck up that blame, because they're going to project and deflect and lie and deny. Red flag number three is boundary busting. They do not honor your boundaries. They do not respect your boundaries. They push past your comfort zone. They're showing up uninvited. They're pressuring you to do things that you don't necessarily feel comfortable to do. Maybe it's sharing information. Maybe it's like coming to your house or office, ignoring limits on hours. They call it all hours. In a co-parenting situation, it's constant last minute changes, not respecting your time, not respecting who you are. Even if there's a court order, this is why it's dangerous, because boundaries are your protection. They're your protection for your peace. It's what makes you feel safe. And if they're not willing to respect them, it's a sign that They don't respect you at all for themselves. Okay. It's a selfishness. And, they're liars. So I want you to comment below liars in the comments, and so that you can remind yourself who it is that you're dealing with here. Red flag number 4 is inconsistency and double standards. Their words and actions don't match. At work, they might say, oh, integrity is my love language and all of these things, but then they don't do what they're supposed to do on time. The deadlines are just blown through. In relationships, they demand loyalty, but flirt openly with other people. In families, they might guilt you for saying no, but then they always say no. They never show up for you. So you see that inconsistency and you see those double standards. And it's dangerous because it breeds chaos. And you know that you are now slowly losing parts of yourself each time this thing happens. And red flag number 6 is gaslighting and distortion. They rewrite history. That never happened. You're reading too much into it. You're being too sensitive. You made me do this. It's your fault. Oh, now you're trying to make me feel guilty. Why are you doing that? This corrodes your reality. And once you doubt yourself, you lose your power. Red flag number 6 is isolation moves. They subtly cut you off from support. Your friends don't understand us, or HR is against you. I'm the only one who has your back. And in families, they might say things like, don't ever tell anybody else what's going on here. Isolation equals control. And when they separate you from your support, then they have more control over you, and it becomes more and more dangerous for you. And red flag number 7, this is such a one that you see all the time from covert narcissists especially. They're always the victim. No matter what it is that you're trying to bring up to them, somehow they turned out to be the victim, which is so crazy, right? Now, listen carefully. If every story ends with them being wronged because they had a bad boss or a horrible ex or unfair systems or the court is against them, you are being groomed to become their next victim, because the next villain in their story, let's just say that, because now they want you to feel sorry for them, but it won't be long before the tables turn on you. Victimhood is leverage. They weaponize your empathy, and then they use that as an excuse for their bad behavior. If you need additional support in dealing with this, by the way, join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung, and also get my free Crush My Negotiation Prep Playbook. I have had literally hundreds of thousands of people get that, and that is what you need to get started. Go to winmynegotiation.com to get started, and get my free Disarm the Narc phrases to disarm narcissists the right way at disarmthenarc.com. There are 2 types of people that I've seen when it comes to dealing with these red flags. There are those who explain them away and then down the road are really sorry that they didn't listen to themselves. And then there are those who see the red flag, heed the warning, and walk away stronger. Which one are you going to be? You don't protect yourself by ignoring the signs. You protect yourself by believing yourself, the signs, what you're seeing, what you're hearing the first time. Red flags are not random. They are roadmaps. All right. If this video helped you, make sure you give it a thumbs up and you share it with somebody who might need this wake-up call. And make sure that you're subscribed and you've tapped that bell so you never miss a strategy to spot danger and reclaim your peace. If you've ever built anything from scratch, whether it's a business, a brand, or a podcast, you know there's nothing small about it. The decisions, the hustle, the grind, the pressure, it's so all-consuming. And that's why I was so grateful to find Shopify when I set up my own store, shop.rebeccazung.com. Shopify powers millions of businesses worldwide and handles 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from giants like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just starting out. It simplifies everything: inventory, payments, analytics, marketing, all in one place, and their built-in tools make it so easy to run email and social campaigns that keep customers coming back. If you're selling globally, Shopify can help you do that too at over 150 countries. If you're selling in person, their award-winning point of sale brings your online and retail worlds together. And with 99.9% uptime and the best converting checkout on the planet, you'll never miss a sale. Get all the big stuff for your small business right with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial and start selling at shopify.com/negotiate. That's shopify.com/negotiate. The next video that I want you to watch is this one question will trap any narcissist, the one question that traps any narcissist. These two videos together are like the 1-2 punch. Spot the red flags, then learn the question to expose that manipulator. All right, I'm Rebecca Zung, the leverage lawyer. Remember, red flags are not your job to fix. They're your signal to protect your power. You are worthy, you are strong, and you can always negotiate your best life. I'll see you in that next video.